Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Point Leader 75. Today I'm gonna start off with a new series of Assetto Corsa racing simulator. It's gonna be more down to giving you guys a round tour of a Nordschleife, my favorite track, the one that I spent most of my time practicing on, and got well over 10,000 laps of experience by now. Other than that, we're going to start off with, as you can see, the BMW M3 E92 Step 1. You can see all the specs here. I'm using metric system, so that everything's going to be in kilograms and kilometers an hour, or sort of. So, set from that, I'm going to use track IR. Normally I use triple monitors. For the video I had to go down to single monitors, so we'll see how I do. Having been used to using 3 monitors, you got more sensation for the speed that you're traveling in at, making it excuse me, making it more like that's what you rely on, the side monitors, mainly for peripheral view and sensation of speed. So it might be a little difficult for me, maybe in terms of judging my speed, but I'm going to try to do my best. Alright, let's head on to the track. Alright, once out on the track, sorry, we got a car setup. I'm just gonna make sure that I get fuel. 60 liters should be enough, and that's pretty much it. These are pretty much what you need to see. Nothing really special about it. It's just that frame stats and time, another extra indicator there, delta time, and then we're gonna have track description here so that you get to see where I'm at on the track, and my pedal work, throttle there and brake there. This is a BMW, like I said, like I showed you guys earlier. It has no downforce, so what's important for this car, because it's still a fast car, is that you need to transition your weight over to the front wheels in order to get grip before turning into the corners, and that's pretty much what we're gonna keep in mind here. It's always important to use either downshift or brake a little bit, or get the feel on the brake just enough so that you get traction enough in order to turn in. Also, to mention that this is actually what I usually see on the center monitor, because I use triple monitors otherwise, hence pretty narrow view. But this is as close as I would have sit in the car, given the distance that I got to the monitor from the steering wheel. So we're gonna have to stick with this one. A little unusual for me being narrow-sighted here, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, second gear here. This is where you lose grip, or it's actually pretty slippery. Is there a little bit of a downhill here, so you want to make sure you get weight on the front wheel, and then you turn in. You never brake when you turn. You always want to make sure you're done with the braking and the downshifting. Straight line braking a little bit. Make sure you get weight on the front. Slow in. Third gear there, sorry guys. Slow in. And fast out. Slow in. And fast out. Ease off the gas a little bit, make sure you get weight on the front wheels, and then you turn in. Give it a little bit of throttle in order to stabilize the car and maintain the race line. Try to hit your apex here. You want to gain as much time as you can. By the time here in front of us, when we need to turn left, Color changes indicates that's time for us to brake and downshift. And then you steer in a little bit, color change, hard on the brake, down to the third gear. Maintain your speed, use up the entire width of the road, and throttle out once you see the exit. Stay away from the curbs, it's more important with lower cars, but it's a good habit to get started with. Once straight line after the compression, hard brake, down to fourth or fifth gear, brake again, down to third gear. Slow in, through a bunch of corners here. And then once you see the exits, throttle out. Straight braking, down to fourth, always fourth gear here for most cars. Hard on the brake again, and then turn in. Stick to the left side in order to get around the right curve. Hard on the brake, down on second. And this is where you're actually going to have a much steeper downhill. So this is where you need to pay extra attention to the grip in the front. A little bit tapping of the brakes there just to get enough grip, and then I can turn in. Hard braking here, turn in, another braking, and then turn in. Get grip on the front, a little bit brake and turn in earlier here. This is a fast corner, you're gonna slide. Straight line braking and then turn in. Be careful here, it's a bumpy hill. It doesn't matter with this car, but with more powerful cars, that's where you usually spin out. Turn in here. When you're about the height of the sign to the right, it's time to brake, down to third. Maintain your speed, do not throttle through this corner. Throttle through the corner once you see the exit. Red line marker on the fence is what you usually want to aim for in order to exit the corner or when it's time to turn in. So those are pretty handy. Straight line braking here, down to fourth and turn in. Stay on the left side. You want to hit the apex here as good as you can. Stick a little bit to the middle and then slightly overcorrect to the left, and you have a straight line braking zone then. Don't go too wide on this one, you want to avoid the left curve there. Hard on the brakes, down a second, make sure you go all the way down here, maintain your speed and do not throttle out before you see the exit. Easy on the throttle here though, it's a bumpy area as well. Stay on the fourth gear, make sure you get grip on the front wheel as speed is pretty high here. Straight line braking a little bit and then turn in. Third gear of course. And try to stay away from the curb. Straight line braking, turn in. Slow in and fast out, that's the key for this car. Red marker on the left, that's when you want to turn in. Maintain your speed through this corner so that you can speed out on the last one. Down to third gear, straight line braking and then turn in. A little bit so that you get grip on the front and then turn in. Straight line braking, turn in a little earlier because you're traveling pretty fast here. Use up the entire width of the road. Be careful here, this is a slippery area. Straight line braking and turn in a little early here. You want to stay close to this curve so that you don't have to go around the right curve. You could either stay on 4th gear or go up to 5th gear, but by the jump here, straight line braking, down to 4th, and then turn in. Stay a little bit on the throttle in order to maintain balance and stability for the car. Ease up a little bit on the throttle here, and then make sure you hit the apex to the right, and you're automatically going to hit the next apex. Stay off the grass. Red marker on the right, time to brake, down to 4th gear, and make sure you stick close to the right side, and then turn in with a downshift. Straight line braking, make sure you get all the way down here. Maintain your speed, easy on the throttle here, this is a bumpy area. Make sure you got weight on the front, either tap a little bit on the brake, turn in, and then start, give it a little bit of a throttle. Make sure you hit the apex and then throttle out. So this is pretty much the basics for this car, and you can always, of course, work from there. It's nothing definite, it's my way of doing it, and it is what it is now, given the narrow view that I've got, coming from using triple monitors. This is the way it's gonna have to be. Right marker, time to turn in. Right marker, that's where you want to aim for. Stick in the dark area, that's where you get the best grip. Slow down just enough so that you can make these. And then straight line braking, 2 gears. Straight line braking, 2 gears. And I didn't brake hard enough. Alright, let's see if we can make it second lap. Turn in nice and slowly here, make sure you go around the corner. Just by the crest here, that's when you need to brake. Down on 2nd gear. And turn in slow and fast out. Make sure you got weight on the front. And then turn in. Weight on the front, a little bit on the brake, down to 3rd, slow in here, always slow in here, and then fast out. Slow in next one, and then fast out. Make it all the way to the left, slow in here, and then fast out. Through the compression, ease off the gas by the crest. Make sure you get grip and turn in. By the color change, that's when you want to turn in. Color change, hard line, all straight line braking down to 3rd, and turn in. I'm sorry guys, it's a little tricky for me with this narrow view. I'm sure it is for you too. So you can imagine how hard it is. But I'm trying to do my best for you guys. Alright, staying away from the curbs. Compression coming up. Make sure you're in a straight line and start braking. And then turn in. Start braking more. Down to 3rd, maintain your speed, down to 2nd. Slow in, and fast out. Straight line braking, down to 4th, turn in and give it a little throttle. Straight line braking, down to third, turn in. Avoid the right curb. Straight line braking, make sure you get grip on the front and then turn in. Wait on the front and turn in. Stay on the fourth gear. Wait on the front and then start turning in. You only want to apply some throttle somewhere in the middle of the corner when you still got the grip. Hard on the brake, straight line braking, hard on the brake, down to second. And fast out. Line up, hard brake, turn in a little earlier here. Braking and then turn in. Bumpy area, so watch your throttle. Turn in by the sign here to the right, time to brake, straight line, then turn in. Maintain your speed until you pass this point and then throttle out, not before. That way you're not going to end up to the left. Aim for the marker to the right. Try to stick somewhere around the darker area, that's where you got the best grip. Line it up, down to fourth gear and then turn in. Stick to the left, hit the apex, slightly to the middle, correct it to the left, straight line braking, down to second gear. Down to second gear, make sure you go all the way down here. Maintain your speed, do not throttle up. And then throttle out once you see the exit. Easy on the throttle here, it's a bumpy area. Stay on the fourth gear. Fast corners, expect some sliding. Line it up, brake a little bit, and turn in. And don't hit the curb the way I did. Turn in, make sure you always get grip on the front wheel. Aim for the red marker, that's where you want to turn in. Fourth gear, stay on fourth gear. Keep your speed, and then throttle out. Line it up, brake, down to third, and turn in. Line it up a little bit so that you get weight on the front and then turn in. Line it up, weight on the front wheels and then you turn in. Weight on the front wheel and then turn in. You don't want to brake to the point where you slow down too much, you just want to put some weight on the wheels. Stay close to this apex and you're going to get a nice line for the right hand apex. Stay on fourth gear. Line it up, braking, and then turn in. Make sure you use your throttle to maintain your race line. Try to hit the apex there and you're automatically going to hit the edge there. Make sure you hit the apex on the right and you're automatically going to hit the apex on the left. Watch out for the grass. Red marker on the right, time to brake. Down to fourth, turn in, stay close to the right. Line it up, stop braking and turn in 1/3. down to third. Make sure you get all the way down here. Maintain your speed, and then throttle out. Easy with the throttle here because of this bumpy area. Up to fourth gear. Transfer weight to the front, and then turn in. And then use the entire width of the road. Okay guys, so this is sort of like a small hint how to think, at least, with the BMW M3. It's not a precise guide, it's more like a hint, just to give you guys an idea of what to think about and what to remember in terms of balancing the car. Red marker right side, time to turn in. Red marker right side, that's what you aim for. Stay in the darker area. Slow down a little bit, just a little bit, so that you can steer in. Straight line braking, 2 gears down. Straight line braking, 2 gears down here normally. And then turn in. And then turn in. It's nice and slow. Okay guys, we're not here to break any records. This is much more like showing you guys the ideal line of driving the car, specifically this one, and we're gonna head back to the pits. Okay, so so this is my instruction service. I do have 8 other servers. They're all open. You just type in point, it should be enough, in the search field, and you should be able to find my service. You're always welcome anytime you want. Please come and drop by on my TeamSpeak and say hello to me and my friends, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up or thumbs down, all up to you.